này có rồi mẹ. Bên này có rồi nè.
Lagi tu je saya tahu
Về đây đi, về đó đi, tôi về đây đi muốn đừng có cái đó. Ok, thâu. Ok, thâu đi.
this going out.
Đúng rồi.
How are you today, Master?
Yeah, first of all, I'm very okay. Thank you very much, and I'm really sorry for
No,
being late.
please
Uh,
don't be sorry. You
yeah.
great.
I asked for a Kuan Yin statue for someone in Singapore, and the Kuan Yin statue came, but the Kuan Yin statue was not complete. You know, it was 1,000 hands, so a set of hands were missing.
Oh.
It was not complete, so the statue looks so lovely, very powerful, but then said that a set of hand is missing. So I just talked with the person who delivered and also with the person who make it, that a set of hand is missing. If it is for decoration purpose, maybe okay, but then it is for prayer and practices purpose, so it should be complete. And then I also informed the person in the Singapore that it is not ready. I'm not going to send now. I'm going to send later because it's not ready. So I sent a short video photos. I did it this afternoon, but then they didn't reply. So they just called now.
Yes.
So I know that it's very late at their time. So since I called them many times, and then I said I have 3-4 minutes. I just want to make a quick call, but they said oh Master, I'm gonna call you after 10 minutes. Then I have no choice. I just had to wait for 10 minutes.
Yes. Thank you. So please don't worry. It's morning here, so we do nothing anyway. So please don't worry about the time. Yes.
All right. I'm really happy.
We great. Yes.
Okay.
Are you fly out
so maybe
today? Are you fly out today? You say you're gonna fly today? What time is your flight?
No. I'm gonna fly. No. I'm gonna fly on the 4th.
Oh.
On the 4th.
4th of December.
Oh,
December.
Okay. Yes.
So the monastery you are at right now is which city is it in?
It's in South India. It's in Bangalore.
Bangalore. Okay.
Không có địa chỉ đúng không?
Bangalore is pretty much south.
Okay.
Bangalore.
And you will
From
fly
here
to
to Delhi.
Ladakh.
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 Bangalore.
So you have to fly to
Yeah.
New Delhi.
From here, from my monastery to the airport is about 5 hours.
Wow.
And from airport to Delhi is 2 hours and 40 minutes in a flight to Delhi. And from Delhi to Leh, my hometown, is almost 1 hour.
1 hour. So.
And from Leh to Ladakh Monastery is you go by bus?
No, from the airport Ladakh, no, they will, some people will come to invite or to see. It takes about 35 minutes from airport to the place.
Okay.
To the monastery, and then my house is not far from monastery.
Yeah.
Not far from monastery.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn the geography now, so I can go next year.
Oh, possible, I'm gonna make the stupa as much as is possible before the real winter starts. So December is the best hope. So I'll try to finish as much as is possible in December. So January, February, March, everything is frozen. So the concrete will also froze. Nothing. I don't think is gonna work. So nowadays, you cannot buy a bricks, from the market, because the bricks from the market is not suitable for stupa, because you need a different shape of the bricks. You need a flat bricks, different, set of a bricks. So there is one team who is making the bricks, and then they are adding something so that it doesn't freeze. Also, they are putting a lot of salt in that. I really have no idea. My knowledge in chemistry is zero, so I don't know. But then they put a lot of salt in when they make a concrete bricks. Yeah, so they said that it will not freeze. Otherwise, the cement brick is gonna crack because of the cold.
Bỏ muối vô, salt, so that it doesn't freeze.
Yes, specialized for the weather.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so they're using the salt and they're using another thing that I don't know. So,
đây mà snow á,
so
mình
they're
bỏ
trying
muối
to
xuống đường cho tan á.
Yeah.
Là,
Just like here when the snow is make a really slick and you easy split on the road, so they put the salt all over so it melt the snow. Yes, here they does that. Yes, so when you drive, it's not like slippery.
So there is something with salt and a cold, because they put the salt when they mix the sand, cement, and and the small stones. They mix up to make the brick, the bricks. So they said to me that they're doing this so that this will not freeze.
Because it's too cold, it's gonna crack.
Because here we put salt on the street to melt the snow.
Oh, that sounds such a waste of salt. My great grandfather, he said that do not waste the salt. Very, very careful with the salt, because when they make the salt, many insect dies.
Wow.
Because they literally dry the water and make the salt. So I don't know. He said to me that many insects dies. I don't know what scientist says, but then maybe true. Maybe I don't know.
Chắc nước ở dưới biển á, mà đem lên là
nhiều côn trùng, nhiều sinh vật trong đó.
Yes. Because
Yeah.
Nói là làm muối thì nhiều con sẽ chết.
là sinh trùng ở trong nước. Nói cái đó là.
I'm happy to discuss about these things. It's good.
Master,
Sorry?
can you send us a map? Take the pictures of the map
Yeah, sure.
and then send to us and pinpoint where you are now. Can you do that?
Absolutely. Yes. Sure.
Because,
Sure. That I can do.
because we are thinking about going to see you someday. Next 5 years or 10 more years. When I got to 90.
So right. So in order to understand, so it's more like I am at the Ho Chi Minh. Delhi is Talat, and Ladakh is
Dalat.
top there.
Yeah, Hanoi.
Ladakh is
Hanoi.
Hanoi.
Hanoi is on up north.
even farther top, even farther up. Yeah, maybe you can say Hanoi is easier.
Yeah, very, very tough.
Hazan.
Hà Giang, yes. Hà Giang.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ladakh is high. It's very high.
wow.
So
You
I need to.
you know better place in Vietnam than I am.
Just few names. There. Seems like the way I pronounce it is different. Anyways, yeah, that's how it is. And yeah, the monastery that we prayed is just 35 minutes far from the airport
Wow.
of Ladakh. So when you come next time, you will probably fly to Delhi, Dalat. So from Dalat, I'll bring you to Hazan.
Hà Giang.
Okay.
Yes.
There. Okay. So pretty much that way it's better. So yes, next if we finish all now is better, but then still after completing the stupa, there will be one ceremony to bless the stupa, to make it a sort of a real.
Yes.
There is a different set of prayer that monk will do. So that prayer will take place in the summer, the coming summer. So maybe in June or July. So maybe in August. If you come, then we can make that time and arrangement so that we can have the prayer when we are there.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's see if we can make a plan. It would be nice.
What is best time, best weather where you are now? The best weather.
We going to Delhi now.
Here in the south, it's all summer. There is only two weather: summer with a rain, summer without a rain.
Okay.
There's no winter at all.
Oh.
And then at Ladakh there is a 4 season. Yeah.
Mà thầy nói mình tới đây.
So nowadays only flight, no road.
Hiểu đó.
Yeah.
Not where master right now. It's
Ladakh.
So if when you visit to India, if you all have enough time, then I will bring you to Ladakh. I will also bring you to here in the south.
Wow.
At my monastery. So yeah, we can go for a sort of a tour.
Thank you so much.
If you have time, it would be nice.
If we are going to India,
why not? Of course.
we are going to see you first.
Đương nhiên. Of course.
Yes. You'll see me at the airport wherever you land.
We're so blessed.
And you are the guide.
Yes, I can play some roles.
He wants to see you before he see Buddha.
He wants to see you before he see Buddha. So.
I see.
I want to see you only. Buddha is in here.
And also if we have time, maybe we can also have a look and go around the place where Buddha became Buddha.
Wow.
If time allows.
Là thầy dẫn đi tới chỗ Phật đó.
So that's in the east of India. East, about 1.5 hour from Delhi, towards the east.
To the east, 1.5 hour to the east là đất Phật đó bố.
Yes.
Tiếng rưỡi à.
Wow.
Yeah.
It would be wonderful. It would be wonderful.
Yeah. If you all have time, then of course, it would be fun to just travel.
When you come into the big tree of the Buddha, maybe I will stay there and will be enlightened. Okay.
Yeah, that would be nice. It is very powerful and a very
Powerful,
very
huh?
holy
Singapore,
place. It's a very powerful.
Ngọc đây hả?
Heard
The
a lot
Buddha
of people go
statue
there to
inside
pray.
was also
Wow.
very very powerful.
Yes.
It
We
would be
believe
wonderful.
it.
I think a lot of energy of the Buddha still remain over there.
Yes, of course.
Am I wrong?
The power.
I'm sure there should be, and then even the people who practice over there, even the monks, the layperson who really dedicate to practice, to do the prostration, to do the prayer, mantras, the way we see them practicing is also far more alive energy that literally is so amazing to see and to feel when you are there, especially.
Wow.
Yes, of course, it is the land, the same land where Buddha appeared, became Buddha. There are some places where there are some relics, but majority of the relics I don't believe, but then some I think may be true. But then the land is the real land, there's exactly the same land where Buddha appeared. And then there's the same tree under which Buddha became Buddha, which is really, really powerful. But in terms of relics, I'm not really strongly towards the relics because I was in Singapore and I see too much relics. I was in Vietnam also. Even in Vietnam, there was a temple where I saw many relics, So then I thought maybe these relics are not real. Maybe there are some companies who are making relics.
Yes.
Too much of relics. Then I'm so confused. But anyways, yes, it would be wonderful. And then yeah. So they make when they make the chacha, they put it on the roof so to dry it. So it seems that the chachas are frozen the next day. So today they make the chacha inside the room and then they literally spread all over the room. It looks so nice in the room.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So
Là đem ra phơi á, nhưng mà nó bị frozen á, nên bây giờ khô, làm khô trong phòng. Tại vì cái đó là bằng đất á, bằng ấy, nhưng mà bỏ. Yes.
Yeah, so this was a little bit of information. So okay, yeah, maybe one quick question anyone has. How is the boy?
Boy is good. He's been
He's
good.
good. He's sleeping.
Still
Sleeping.
I see.
no school today.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay, a quick question and then we start the prayer.
When you take picture of the map and send here, please put number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, etc. And then you will explain what is the 1, what is the 2 later. But
I will make it more easier than what you said.
Yes.
Don't worry.
We know, so we can know where is where before coming to see you. Okay?
All right. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Master.
Sure. I'll make sure that it's very clear now.
He makes sure he don't get lost in other land.
Doesn't want to get lost in the Himalayas.
Yeah, that's important because it's all range of mountains, So there is a huge chance of being lost. In fact, when that Malaysian Airlines lost few years back, was it in 2018?
Few years back, cái chuyến bay 307 á, flight
370.
Malaysian Airlines 370.
Malaysian Airlines, yes.
Yeah.
The number is 370.
Number.
I see. That time I was also flying around, so some of my friends really worried, thinking that I might be in there.
Wow.
I was also flying from Malaysia to somewhere, I'm not sure. But then around that time, there were a sort of a rumor that Malaysian Airlines might have ended up being somewhere in these mountains. For some reason, I don't know. Very, very not likely. But then if somebody just crash in some mountainous area, then you might literally get lost, because it's like a huge range of mountains and there's nothing much. And then if you walk, you will reach nowhere because it's too big. In middle of those, there is a small sort of a place, Ladakh, and then Buddhist place, mountainous place, and then the influence of Buddhism from last 2000 years and above, very, very much alive in the culture, in the way people talk, in the way people live. So maybe it would be a nice experience to explore that, because that's very much, if you go to Ladakh, you're going to feel like, oh, these people are living like, a few hundreds years back,
Wow.
They're not developed in many ways, but then they're still living a kind of a nice Buddhist way. Yes, so that's kind of interesting.
Thank you, Master, for all the information.
Pleasure. Okay, so a small another thing to add, that when we sneeze, in many of the European countries, I say that people are saying 1 for God bless, 2 for something, 3 for something, 4 for something, They literally have this rhythm. So, when you sneeze, you say something like, God bless you, or something like that. So this is again regarding imprints. In Buddhism, in those profound sutras, which explain about the mind, a very, very subtle mind, it says that the very subtle mind, okay, now when we are hearing, when we are thinking, is a very gross mind. It's a very gross one. When you are sleeping, is one level subtle. When you're sleeping, one layer more subtle. Especially when you're dreaming, is one layer more subtle. When you faint, you hit something and you literally faint, then is one more layer subtle. Sleep is one layer, faint is second layer. But when we sneeze, so if for a very short time, a very, very subtle mind activates. So that mind, similar to the subtle mind, which activates when we die. When we die or when we sneeze, a very, very subtle mind activates, which is even more subtle than the mind of the person who faint, fall unconscious. So that mind is subtle than the dream consciousness. When you dream, the mind is subtle. So that is more subtle than our mind now. So like, to make it easy, there is a 4 level. Our mind now, we thinking, is very gross, the gross one. The
Ý thức.
Okay, and then if you go deeper, there is a more subtler, which is during the dream. If you go deeper, there is another layer of subtle, which is the mind of unconscious or a faint. This is subtle. So if you go more deeper, there is a very subtle mind, extremely subtle mind. So that activates only when we sneeze or when we die.
Ý thức là thức thứ sáu.
So
Tiềm thức thứ
if
bảy.
when that mind activates, so when that mind activates, it's very, very important to try. When that mind activates, all the five senses close for a very short period of time. If you sneeze, it means that your eye consciousness breaks down for a little bit of time. For a little bit of time, you cannot see, you cannot hear, you cannot smell, you cannot taste, you cannot feel. All the other gross mind close when that subtle mind activates.
Activate, yes.
So that subtle mind activates when we sneeze. During the death, yes, but during the death, we are all, majority of the people are a little bit disturbed, or some people are having calm mind, but then very rare. So it's very not easy to put some strong imprints, positive imprints on that subtle mind. And it is very important to leave a strong positive imprint on that subtle mind.
Okay.
Because that can help us during our death. That can help us to realize the emptiness. I'm not sure if you've heard of emptiness, but there is something called emptiness in Buddhism, which is very important. Is the final mode of existence, is the ultimate nature of everything.
Ultimate nature of everything. Yes.
All the phenomena. So during the sneezing is very, very, in Buddhism, is extremely important to leave a positive imprint. So if I sneeze a lot, I have this allergy. So I sneeze. I have a strong allergy with some perfume, dust, and then some other things, maybe cold sometimes. So when I sneeze, my student says impermanence, or Buddha bless you, or Buddha, or emptiness. My students help, to say those things so that I can leave some imprints on a very subtle mind during that time. So Jesus, during the last years of Jesus, maybe 25 years, during the last 19 years of Jesus, I don't know how many years he was lost from the West. He came to the East. He came to India to study religion with some Martians. And during that time, he went to the East India, where Buddhism spread it at the time. So then the Buddhism pretty much declined in the East. So he went to the North, around the Kanishka king, because the Buddhism was well spread. So he kind of studied Buddhism from there, religion and Buddhism. So then there is a story of him being in Ladakh and in Nanare, in a small temple in Ladakh. And then there are some documentaries which says that Jesus lost a book in Ladakh. So nowadays people come to that temple in Ladakh and ask, like, can you please find that Jesus book? Give us, we'll give you any amount you want. We'll give you anything you want, blah, 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 blah. But to be honest, the monks don't have that, book of Jesus. The monk says that it is a Buddhist book that Jesus liked. And then Jesus, they believe that Jesus has studied Buddhism and became a Buddhist monk. So somehow the message of saying something nice when you sneeze came from Buddhism, and it even spread out of Buddhism. So if you ask the Christians, why you say God bless you when somebody sneezes, you might find some definitions, I don't know. But then when you track back, it is in the Buddhism, which is clearly mentioned that it is very important to remember something very positive during sneezing because it leaves a strong imprint in your mind.
Con giải thích cho mẹ chút xíu lấy vào. Yes.
Yeah.
So when you sneeze,
So
say Buddha.
and also
Because
the
cái đó là
reason
một
why
cái
I'm
sát na
saying
thôi,
this.
là tất cả năm cái thức của mình nó close lại. Thì cái đó là it's good when you say Buddha, giống như là Jesus say bless you vậy đó. Because that is remind you, is imprint, là làm cho mình nhớ lại là.
Thường nói là God bless you, người ta chúc, người ta chúc.
Nhưng mà cái đó.
So God bless you is not a nice idea to say that time. You can say Omidofo or Adidafa or emptiness, impermanence, compassion, loving compassion, patience. Yeah. So these are nice. These are
Thank you.
nice things to say. So similarly, you can, if you know some prayers, if you are about to sneeze, then it's very good to say some prayers from the mind. You can sneeze, you do some strange actions, but then you can say some prayers in your mind, so it can leave some strong imprint that you can bring to the next and next. And also, it's very, very much likely if you keep that, repeat that, then it will be immense helpful to even have a positive mind when we passed away. If we have a positive mind when we pass away, it helps immensely to activate a positive seed that determines where we're going to born after this life. So this is kind of nice and important. So I just thought to share.
Thank you so much.